This is a computer case, technically.
We interrupt this video to bring you a special message from iFixit. No, we interrupt this interruption with this interruption about new stuff from iFixit. Wish you had a new graphics card, but inventory sucks? Fix the inventory problems with iFixit. Whoa, don't drop it. Can't fix that with iFixit. Just kidding, yes you can. Wish you could take iFixit with you anywhere, but your pockets aren't big enough? Introducing the new More
And the new Minnow.
Take them with you anywhere. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description below for discounts and savings and explosions. More explosions. Even more explosions. Why are you still here? Click the description now.
All right, so what we have here is actually Nick's new computer case. Again, technically, are you excited? Yeah. You don't seem excited. Is it because you know what it's gonna take to get it upstairs? This is the Lian-Li DK07X It's actually their new sit-stand dual PC desk. I know it's very windy and you can't help it. It almost like people are trying to bust into the door. But this, wave my hands like a fool. We have to put it together and we have to build a system in it. It's not gonna be today. We're not gonna build the system today, but we're gonna get the boxes out of the big box, get them inside the lab, kind of put it together, see what we can fit in there, and then we'll kind of talk to you about what we should put in there. Because Nick desperately needs a new system. Not desperately, but for our standards around here, it's actually kind of old at this point. That was, your system was a launch system we built for the 6800 XT when it was new. Yeah. And it had the EK water block and all the EK like care package that came along with it. And I think you're on a 5900 or 5950 XT or X, maybe a 5800X, I can't remember. When I asked you right now, like, hey, do you want a GPU upgrade? You said, yes, I want the RTs. Nope, you're not qualified to give me the kind of help I need, sir. That's a mental health comment. Oh. Here's our manual. I'm assuming this is our assembly manual. Yep, so here's our DK07X. You get the extreme version installation guide. Dude, this is like that super industrial stuff. I wanna go out in the alley with the wind and see if I can hold it. Like, I really don't feel it blowing all. Jesus. Oh, this is right. This is where I need to be right here. I'm glad it folded so that people don't think I'm freaking embellishing. Yeah! Got it. All right, so now that I'm done running around the wind like a freaking idiot, Phil points out that I needed those pieces because I have to build a box. Not just a case, but I have to build like the packing material itself is used to support the table, apparently at just the right height so we could put the legs on. So naturally, Nick grabbed it for me. Thank you. But I feel like this might be the most disassembled that we have ever gotten. The latest sit-stand desk that we've actually been using around here, well, I haven't been using it, but Phil and Nick have been, is actually the IKEA and ASUS collaboration, where ASUS provided the sit-stand frame, and then IKEA helps with the wood top, a bunch of different wood top options. So this is one of the legs. This is actually a side of the table. It's very saran wrapped. We'll have to undo that. So the table is the middle part, and then this attaches to either side of it. And then you put the drawer and all that crap in there. And then this is just the power delivery system for the motors, which are integrated in the legs. Dude, my biggest complaint about sit-stand desks is how freaking like wobbly they are. It does not feel like it's, usually the wobble happens with the flex down where it meets the leg, the leg and the foot. That is not going anywhere. Granted, it's in the lowest position, which is usually the most stable. I think this might actually be a pretty solid desk. Here. This looks like, this is the first time I've ever had to use the packing material itself as like a workbench. Okay, I think this looks pretty much like the picture. We have now made it to actually step one. Attach the desk leg to the main part, aligning it with the, be careful with that scratching into your desk. So essentially now this is just the PC case. 360 millimeter fan mounts where you can put radiators or fans, 1 or 2 of them. We also have fan mounts on the side right here with magnetic fan filters. Okay, I thought it was aluminum because it's so light feeling. Clearly it's steel. Otherwise that would not be magnetizing, so it's not aluminum, it's steel. Power supply mount right here. Fan grill to be able to pull in fresh air for the power supply, so it pulls in from the side, exhausts it out the back. Room for 2 more 120 millimeter fans. So you could do a 240, a 240, a 360, a 360. Now, what we need to look at right now before we move forward is the configuration for doing single. Oh, I forgot to mention, we also have a 120 here and a 120 here. Although this one's square and this one's round, which is kind of interesting looking. I wonder why they're not symmetrical there. But the trays do come out and move around. So let me figure out that configuration so we can get it set up for Nick's config. Then we'll worry about putting it all together. Okay, so there is the motherboard tray right there. We're gonna have a spare one. That's the one we actually have to keep right now. That's cool though, because now it means for future mods or projects, if I wanna put a motherboard in something that's not normally a computer, I can do that. So now I should be able to move this corner comes down to here. There we go. So that has now been converted to a single system now. It's kind of crazy. So these also are basically just really fancy wire covers. So now instead of 2, I can just put this one right there and we can melt that down after. Oh, they're magnetic too? They're magnetic as well. Anyway, that'll hide our wires. But the one thing we haven't talked about yet is price. And this is gonna be an interesting one because subjectively, this is a computer case, but I lost my screwdriver. Oh, here it is. But it's also a sit-stand desk. And anyone that has priced good sit-stand desks, I don't mean the Alibaba Temu crap that you can get for a couple $100 that is made out of very thin metal that flexes and bows all over the place. Go and check out like an uplift desk and look at how expensive those can get. You can spend a couple grand on one of those desks alone. Now, yes, they have nice wooden tops and all that stuff, but they're also not, like in this instance, a computer case, which is what this is. This comes in today. They're available in white or black, $1,399. So that's actually a pretty impressive price as far as I'm concerned, because I have taken a look at sit-stand, like I wanna say the IKEA Asus collaboration desk that we did, that we went and bought. We bought those desks, by the way. Were $700? $679, $700, something like that. So that essentially makes this computer case like $700 if you look at it that way. So there's a couple ways, dang it. There's a couple ways, that magnet's really strong, okay? There's a couple ways you gotta look at this. You've gotta be looking for a desk PC, which I've never done. I've never built one. That's why I'm excited to kind of work in this. This one's got a lot of room. I'm kind of excited to see how this fits a body like mine too, because one of the things this channel does is give you room for your knees without, bashing your knees on the desk. You can still sit under the desk, but still allows plenty of airflow and stuff with enough depth to be able to go fully air cooled in here if you wanted as well. You could go AIO, you can go vertical mount with the accessory. They don't have the vertical mount accessory, but you could vertical mount in this instance, which would put your GPU flat this way. So you vertical mount it back to horizontal mount because it's a horizontal PC and not a vertical PC. So it's really like a double negative on that one. But I'm a little concerned on how wide your graphics card is. Is it gonna be too close to the glass? That's where these fans would have to really be good at pushing pressure up to the front of the GPU so it could pull the air back down. But I think standard mount, which is now vertical, would be best in this situation. Yeah, so let's get the legs on. Maybe we'll throw a motherboard in here. We can talk about what we want to do for like your system, because anything we do today for you is gonna be kind of a good upgrade. And I think you're looking forward to it. Yeah. I think you're mostly looking forward to the RTX card, aren't you?
Very much the RTX.
The reason why we've never upgraded Nick's GPU is not because we don't love the guy, it's because he is fully water-cooled, integrated into his system, so it's not like we could just plop it out. So I want to see if building this little fort thing allows me to be able to do this as a single person install. Hey, look at that, it's on the ground. It's like they measured. Look at this. We screw in through the top right there, and then there's screws under that go sideways. So, The way everything, like you have the screws that go down through, and then some screws attached this way, and then some screws attached that way. So it's got like 3 points of tension. Seems to be pretty solid though. A little bit of wobble, like built into the motor, but it's at the lowest setting. So the next thing we need to do right now is wire up the motor. I'll let Nick do that, because then we can set it to the higher position and put the under stuff on. Oh, it's quiet. Dang, this is even tall for me. It's 117 centimeters. At least that's what it says. So there's these braces that go in here too, between the bottom of the desk and the leg. So they screw onto the frame, and then these go around the leg, like that. And this gives it even more support. I think I have to push the legs over some. It's gonna be kind of hard. But yeah, so this is kind of cool. This gives it even more ammunition, if you will, against any wobbling that might happen, at least side to side. Okay, so here we go. It's all put together. The leg stabilizers are on. One thing that Nick is concerned about is he does have oily skin. I have fairly dry skin. So because we have this nice brushed aluminum finish here, let's just do the normal touch test. Holy cow. Like mine disappear. See that?
Mine
Look.
don't.
Yeah, so this is one downside about anything you have to touch or handle that's like this is where we need slick wraps to send us something for this, you know what I mean? All right, so I'm gonna leave the protective stuff on there right now. As you can see, there's all kinds of rubber surround. So it is tinted. It feels very solid. It doesn't feel like you're gonna like break through it. So I got the block off plate there. That's that scratch I was talking about. I probably did that, but anyway, it doesn't show. What I like is the cable management has these pieces right, like these spots right here where technically a cable could come up through there. You do your cable management and then you just, is it magnetic? It's magnetic, wow. So you technically don't even need the screws if you don't want them. Yeah, so we have our standard setup now. I could have kept the power supply down here if I wanted and just blocked off this half, but I decided to kind of keep everything on this side. This is our NFC, not NFC, but our technically it's NFC, but Qi charger. So you can just put your phone on there to charge. And I think this is gonna be a fun system to build in. The built-in cable tray, this is the awesome part. See, you weren't gonna use this one up here because of the fact that it didn't go with the wood top. But now you have a black computer stand desk thing. So this is our 80s style retro wave gaming mat. So, and what's cool about these is these are all new, totally different material than the ones we used to use. Like they would come rolled up, and the problem is like they would kind of stay curled a little bit and for a while, but these, brand spanking new, they just go flat instantly. Massive amount of grip, like they don't slide at all. Shameless plug is over. I actually kind of feel like if we're gonna stick to vapor style, I need to find the old school pink fluid, like we used to have, like XP Plus fluid. Can't remember who used to make it, that's really old. UV reactive, and UV lights in there.
It's gonna look like the 80s skate rink.
Yeah, like Cosmic Skate, yeah.
Cosmic skate.
So anyway, there you go, this is the DK07X. I don't know if there's other versions of it, I would assume maybe because of the X, but maybe there's new versions coming out. I think the price, although steep, it's perfect for someone looking for a quality sit-stand desk that's also a PC case. It's a very, very niche buyer, but those buyers do exist or the product wouldn't exist. AMD, we're doing an AMD system. It's the only one that matters right now, so that's what we're doing. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll put a link down below. As always, we'll see you in the next one, and soon will be the build because now it's together and we have to do something with it.